we have a very interesting situation over here. This is a killer pointing his gun towards this hanging person who is hanging from some support. He's pointing his gun directly at this point on his body. The interesting thing about this situation is that the instant the bullet is fired or the instant the bullet comes out of the gun, if at the same instant the person starts falling down, then no matter what the initial velocity of the bullet may be, or the muzzle velocity, or the velocity with which the bullet comes out of the gun, no matter what that velocity may be, the bullet will always hit the person and at the same point where it was pointing him initially. Let us prove this. This is the V vector that I have shown, the velocity vector of the bullet coming out of the gun. And this is the vertical line, this is that vertical line from which the falling person will come down. D is the horizontal distance of the bullet from its initial position to this vertical line. I have resolved this velocity into two components, the vertical component and the horizontal component. First, let us find out the time taken by the bullet to reach this vertical line. I have called that line as L. We'll make use of this component. Now this component V cos theta will not change with time because there is no acceleration in the horizontal direction. This component will remain constant. So the time taken by the bullet to reach this vertical line will be distance upon speed. So it will be d upon V cos theta. And in that time, the vertical distance covered by the falling person, to find that, we will make use of the formula S is equal to ut plus half at square. So u is equal to 0, so this term will go away, and a is nothing but acceleration due to gravity g. So g that we have taken over here, and since it is at the same time, I will substitute this value instead of time t. So I will get 1 by 2 g d square upon v square cos square theta. Now how much will be the y component of the man at that time? This much is the distance covered by the man, let us say, in that time. So y component will be the vertical distance from the x-axis. So it will be h minus the distance covered by the man. So it will be h minus the above term. This is the y coordinate of the man at that time. And if at the same time the y coordinate of the bullet comes out to be the same as the y coordinate of the man, then the bullet has hit the man. Okay. Now to find out the y coordinate, that means we have to find out the vertical distance of the bullet in that time. So we will make use of this component of velocity v sin theta. This will be our initial velocity, and in this direction there is acceleration due to gravity in the downward direction, that is g. We have to take that as minus g. So again we will make use of the equation S is equal to ut plus half at square. So initial velocity will be v sin theta. So it will become v sin theta t minus 1 by 2 g t square. So again we have to put the value of t from this expression d upon v cos theta. So sin theta upon cos theta will give me tan theta. V and v will get cancelled. So I will be left with d sin theta, d tan theta minus g d square upon 2 v square cos square theta. Looking at this triangle, d tan theta will be nothing but h. So my expression will be h minus g d square upon 2 v square cos square theta. Now as you can see, this y coordinate of the bullet at time t is the same as the y coordinate of the man at that time t, and hence the bullet will hit the man. Okay, so no matter what the velocity of the bullet may be, the bullet will hit the man. So suppose if the velocity of the bullet is lesser, so the trajectory will be different, but the instant the bullet is over here, the man will be also at that point, and hence the bullet will hit the man. Now this was the explanation from the ground frame of reference. Now let us work from the frame of reference of the falling man. Now this is more interesting. Before going to that explanation, let me explain you some things about free falling objects. So suppose I have a lift and this lift is attached to some cable and this lift is stationary with respect to ground, and in this lift I have a person, and let us say this person is holding some object in his hand, and if the person leaves the object from his hand, what will happen? He will see that the object falls down with acceleration due to gravity g and it will hit the floor. Let us imagine this situation at some space where there is no gravity. That means at some space, at some distance far away from Earth or any other planet where we can say that the gravity is zero. So at this position, at this space, again this person has some object in his hand, and the person, if suppose he leaves the object from his hand, the object will not fall down, right? It will not go anywhere because there is no acceleration due to gravity in any direction. So what will happen? The object will remain at the same position from where the person has left it, at what point the person has left it. So it will remain at the same position. It will remain at rest with respect to the person, right? Okay. Now let us come back to Earth. Now suppose somebody has cut the cable of this lift. So what will happen? The entire lift along with the person inside the lift and the object in his hand, the entire lift, I mean the entire system will start falling with acceleration due to gravity g. And in this situation, suppose the person leaves the object from his hand, what will happen? The object will not fall down with his frame of reference. The distance of the object will not change. So for him, the object will be at rest. Of course, for a person on ground, he will see that both the this person and the object is coming down with acceleration due to gravity g. But for him, the object is at rest. Now, isn't this situation same as this situation where there was no gravity? Actually, there was no gravity. So over here, in this frame of reference, I can say that g is equal to 0. There is no gravity. Okay. Now come back to this situation. If suppose this experiment was done in a space where there is no gravity, then what would happen? He is pointing the gun in this direction, and since there is no gravity, there won't be any projectile motion. The bullet will go straight at where it is pointing, and it will hit the person straight at this point with the same velocity v. Okay. So if this experiment was done in a falling lift, this is the killer, this is the person that is hanging, and this experiment is done on the falling lift. So inside the lift, it is the same situation as if we are doing this in some distant space where there is no gravity. So the bullet would directly go and hit the person with the same velocity v. Now I have shown that over here. So so this is the diagram in the frame of reference of the falling person, and this is the same frame of reference as that of the bullet, because both of them are under free fall. Okay. Now forget about the killer over here. Let us just concentrate on the bullet and the falling man. Okay. So in this frame of reference, obviously he is at rest and bullet is coming directly towards him with the same velocity v. So I have drawn this diagram over here. So bullet will cover a distance OM, moving with the same velocity v. So how much will be the time taken by the bullet to hit the person? It is simply distance upon a speed, since the speed is constant. So it is OM upon v. Now looking at this triangle, what is cos of theta? Cos of theta is adjacent upon hypotenuse. So it is d upon OM. So if you substitute the value of OM in over here, I will get the time is equal to d upon v cos theta. This is the time taken by the bullet to hit the person. Now look here. even in this frame of reference, even in the ground frame of reference, we had got the same time that the bullet takes to hit the person. So no matter from what frame of reference you work, you will get the same answer, that the bullet will hit the person at the same point, and what time it will take, it will be also come out to be the same. Correct? Okay. Now you may wonder that in this frame of reference, the bullet is hitting the person with velocity v, the muzzle velocity of the bullet. But in this frame of reference, the speed v will not remain same, because it is a projectile and we know that the speed will keep on changing. Okay, so the bullet will not hit the person with the same velocity v. But over here we have to take the relative velocity with which the bullet will hit, and it will come out to be the same as this v. Now look here how. So at this instant, the downward velocity of the falling man, let us say it is of this much magnitude, and the bullet is coming from this trajectory, right? So its instantaneous velocity at this instant is suppose drawn like this. So the relative velocity of the bullet that will hit the man, if you work the vectors out, then it will be, this is the relative velocity, and it will come out to be the same in magnitude and direction as this velocity.